If you do plead guilty to a crime, then typically a judge will set a sentencing within about 30 days. Once that sentencing is set, most of the time in felony cases, an individual will be ordered to submit to a pretrial services interview. And someone from the probation department will interview the defendant and understand a little bit more about the situation and the facts, and then make a recommendation to the judge. The judge is then going to look at that recommendation, look at the plea agreement, find out what the confines of the plea agreement are, listen to people come forward and make statements, and then make a decision. Well, I can tell you that the probation department recommendation is very, very important, because that recommendation gets to the judge first. That recommendation gets to the judge before I have an opportunity to speak to the judge. They're going to look at the facts of the case, and most of the time judges will read that the pre-sentence recommendation before they look at anything else, before they look at anything submitted by the defense or the prosecution. There is a way to prepare a criminal defendant for a pretrial services report that is very, very important. And if you have concerns about this, if you're concerned about what's going to happen in your sentencing, I definitely urge you to call us at 602-989-5000 and give us an opportunity to explain some of the things that you need to keep in mind. The simplest one is that you need to accept responsibility. You can't walk in front of a judge, say, "Judge, I'm guilty of this crime," and then be interviewed by the probation department and say, "Well, I'm innocent of this crime. I didn't really do it. I just wanted to get it over with." If you do that and you create that inconsistency, it's a recipe for disaster. So if you're pleading guilty because you did it, not because you want to get it over with. And acceptance of responsibility is a very, very important factor in sentencings. A good defense attorney needs to prepare a mitigation report. They need to submit letters. They need to essentially prep the judge so that when you get into court, the judge already has an idea of what's going to be said. And you want to be able to have as much information in the judge's hands to show this is a person of good character. This is a person who's got lots of family support. This is a person who's got lots and lots of relatives that are going to take care of him, make sure that this individual is not going to be getting into trouble again. That's an incredibly important factor. It's a factor that a lot of people overlook. And when I do sentencing, I like to have an absolutely packed courtroom. I like to turn around and say, "Judge, these are all the people who are here on behalf of my client." And then everybody stands up. And it's very powerful. And it gives the judge an idea that this is someone who is not a throwaway. This is someone who actually counts. This is someone who's loved. This is someone who's got the community support that's necessary to be effective in life. So if you are facing a sentencing and if you've got questions about what's going to be happening and some factors to consider, please give us a call again. 602-989-5000 is our number, and thanks so much.